What's happening, people? It's your boy Big Augs, and welcome back to the Voice of the Tune. Today we're talking Burnley. Newcastle United host Burnley tomorrow in the Premier League in the 3 o'clock game. This is the first game that's not on TV this season for us, so which is going to be a bit different. Trying to find a link to watch it or whatever. But yeah, we host Burnley, man. Newly promoted side again. Like I said in my preview for the Sheffield United game, we faced 2 newly promoted sides in a row. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. We're in great form now. I think after Milan, we understood the levels that we need to be at, and since that game against AC Milan, or even before then actually, but obviously the Brentford game. But since the game at Milan, I feel like the performances has just gone up a level. And we saw last weekend against Sheffield United after we put 8 past them, and then we saw midweek, in a good 1-0 win against Man City in the League Cup. So the boys, the squad has been tested massively. Obviously playing in these difficult games week in, week out. This is our 3rd game in a week, and off the back of playing in Champions League the week before. So the squad's going to be tested, and we're seeing that happen now. So our tails are up. Beating Man City is always a joy. It's something that you don't really see often. So, and Eddie Howe got his first win against Pep during the week. So obviously the boys are confident going into this game. Burnley are obviously rock bottom with the other 2 sides who come up, all joint on 1 point. Yet to win a game. Company has a way of playing which I don't believe it suits Burnley. Obviously, we know Burnley to be a long ball side, and obviously, I'm happy for teams to change the way they play. But I just feel like, if you try play a different way, but if you see it's not working, you got to change it a little bit. And he's sticking to this way of playing. He's sticking to this playing out from the back style of play. And I watched them in quite a few games this season. I watched them play closely against Forest away. I think they took the lead 1-0. And they were actually in control of that game. And then Hudson-Odoi scored his 3 more. And then the striker, I can't remember his name, for Burnley, I think Foster, got a red card. So, but in that game, I see them trying to play out from the back, but they just don't have the players to play a certain way that company wants them to play. And I do think sometimes it can be a bit naive. And I damn sure think obviously after seeing Sheffield United play the way they play against us, I'm sure company would think, okay, cool, I might need to change the way I'm going to play against Newcastle. I can't be too open. I can't be so naive and bombing forward and leaving space in behind. So I would expect a change from company. But I've seen from these sides that come up, they're not happy to change their style yet. And if they don't change their style, if company plays the way he plays against us tomorrow, the way he's played against other sides, then we're going to destroy them. I'm just saying that now because the second half performance that I saw against Man City was unbelievable. Obviously the first half we made some changes, and obviously we let Man City impose themselves on us in that game. But second half, Bruno come on, Anthony Gordon come on, and we said no, like we're the home side there, we're going to stick it on you, and we stuck it on them. So if we play, and that for me was Newcastle at our highest level. I always talk about, against Brentford we played well, but it wasn't at our highest level. Milan wasn't at our highest level. Even the 8-0 win against Sheffield United, I believe they made it easy for us. It wasn't at our highest level. But Man City in the second half, that was us at our highest level. Like, that's the Newcastle that got us top 4 last season. We battered them. There was a moment in the game where Anthony Gordon ran from the other half side of the pitch to sort of tackle the defender and get a throw in. So if we play anything like that against Burnley tomorrow, then yeah, it's going to be curtains. But obviously the boys are a bit jaded from the fixtures, so I do believe Eddie Howe's going to make some changes. And obviously with PSG in mind on Wednesday, which I'll be at. I'm excited. But with PSG in mind on Wednesday, probably I don't believe we're going to be going full out like we did against Man City in the second half. Obviously, for me, the Premier League is priority anyways. But naturally the boys are going to be looking forward to PSG, and naturally people are going to, you know, not go 100% in terms of aggression and intensity. And I don't feel like we need to get to Burnley. I feel like we can still beat Burnley without that. We just need to create chances, and, you know, be clinical. But like I said, there are some injuries in the squad, and, you know, our squad depth is tested, and this is why, obviously everyone knows, but it's why I say that it's very important that we improve the squad depth, because it's not easy, man. Playing League Cup as well, Premier League and Champions League, literally 3 games a week from now to December. It's going to be difficult, man. And because Premier League is tough in itself, so, you know, and the way we play as well, on the front foot, aggressive, with high intensity, so we're gonna see muscle injuries. That's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? So Eddie Howe's had some questions in the press conference, and he's had some things to say on players. As we saw, Harvey Barnes pulled out in the last game against Sheffield United with a toe injury, and he's been assessed, and it's come out today that he's going to be out for 3 months. Eddie Howe has said this: we think he's going to be out for around 3 months. No surgery required, which is good news. But his foot is now in a boot. It's an injury underneath his toe. He's now started his recovery, and he will get to rest and to recover, and then we can build him up again. So for me, that's a shame for Harvey Barnes. Because I feel like he was just understanding what we demand from him as a player to play for Newcastle United, and obviously he got his first start against Sheffield United, and it ended up obviously him getting injured, but, you know, which meant Anthony Gordon came on and obviously put in that performance. So Harvey Barnes is out for 3 months, and it's a shame because we kind of need him. We kind of need the depth, man. We can't just rely on Anthony Gordon to be out on the wing. But luckily, Big Joe, who is probably now one of my favourite players at Newcastle right now. I just love the guy. You know, him playing against Man City, we saw how much we miss him. And Eddie Howe said this about him, about Big Joe. It was really a good performance from him on Wednesday. I think most of all physically, because he didn't have enough training before the game. He was desperate to get back, and you could see that he managed to get the whole 90 minutes in. So the fact that he played 90 minutes for me on Wednesday against Man City shows me that he's ready. You know, he took his time to get back, to get fit again, so he's back and ready to play. And I like to see Big Joe out on the left, which I'll get onto in my sort of team selection. But I like to see him out on the left because he helps out down Burnley, and he comes in too. He comes inside to help out in the middle, but and he got the energy. He's our driving force. He sets the tone for us. So good to have him back. And obviously with Harvey Barnes out, Big Joe going out on the left might not be too much of an issue for him as well. And with Isak and Wilson, obviously Isak started the game against Man City. He pulled out. Eddie Howe said he's another one we need to check on. That's the cost of having 3 games in a week, and that's what I was saying to you before. Like, having 3 games in a week is going to test our squad. He said it's usually the 3rd game where these things build up. So we're going to wait on Isak to see. I listened to Isak's post-match interview after the game in Man City, and he said he's fine. So it might have just been a precaution that he wanted to come off. So Isak, we just have to see. And Callum Wilson, Eddie Howe said that he's got a tight hamstring. So I don't believe Eddie Howe's going to rush Wilson too soon, given his injury record. So there's a few injuries creeping up. And for us, it's going to be important that the players who come in still perform at the highest level. Even if it's Burnley, if PSG, whoever it is, we still need the players to come in and perform at the highest level. So it's going to be a game that I believe we can win. Just keep playing as we are, be solid at the back. We've now kept, I think, was it 3 clean sheets in a row now? AC Milan, Sheffield United, and Man City. So 3 in a row now. Nick Pope's finding his form. So let's make this 4 in a row. Burnley are a side that we can beat. They've not won at our ground in the league game since 1976, and that's in 9 attempts. So in the league, so our record against them is decent. Eddie Howe's got his first win for Newcastle United against Burnley when Callum Wilson scored the only goal, and this is our opportunity to go 5 wins in a row in the league against them. So this is a team that we know how to beat. They are newly promoted. They have a naive way of playing. So I'm pretty confident with this one. I do believe we can go out there and get the win. If we play anything like we have been playing recently, it's going to be curtains. And I'm predicting a 3-0 win. clean sheet again and with goals, and this sets us up nicely for PSG, the big one on Wednesday night, which I'll be at again. But yeah, so 3-0 win Newcastle United. And the squads that I'm going to go for, actually, the team I'm going to go for, it's going to be difficult because Botman's also nursing an injury too, his knee injury as well. So, but I'm going to go with Pope, Trippier, Shaw. I'm going to rest Botman and play Lascelles because he had a good game against Man City. So he's had some minutes. I'll put Lascelles in, rest Botman, because I do believe this is a game we can still win without these guys. So rest Botman, left back Dan Burn, or possibly move Dan Burn into left side centre back, and then maybe bring on Livramento left back, for example. Yeah, that's what I do actually. Move Burn in centre half. Last time we did it though against Brighton, it wasn't as good, but hopefully we learned from the mistake. So Trippier, Shaw, Burn, and probably Livramento left back. And then middle three, I'll do Longstaff. Bruno's nursing an ankle injury as well. He twisted his ankle, but I think he should be okay. Bruno, Longstaff, and Tonali. And out wide, I'll play in the left hand side Joe Linton and Almiron. And actually, no, sorry, Joe Linton and Anthony Gordon. And then up top, Isak. I believe Isak will start this game. So yeah, bit of a model up there, but that's the team, because there's so much injuries and so much changes to the side, so it's difficult to grasp who's going to play, who's not going to play. So that's the team I play. Same formation, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. I do believe Big Joe gets on the score sheet, so yeah, we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think the game's going to be, who's going to start, how you feeling up to this point, going to the PSG as well. And yeah, make sure to like and also comment again and to subscribe. Thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure, and I'll see you in my next video. It's Big Uggs. I'm out.